just wanted to tell you a little about me. I'm 22 years old with no children. When I was 13 years old, I got raped by an old man, then got into a crash with my mother and father, who went out of the front window, and the hood of the other car went in my mouth. I lost my front tooth. That's why I wear the golds. Then I got married at 18 years old. Between that, I got locked up so much, my husband was beating on me, tying me up, and making me have sex with other guys. I've been through so much. I take depression pills 3 times a day. I want to make a change before it's too late. I'm happy that you are here to help. This the real Wire. Never mind what we're doing on television. This was really going on right now in the hood. You feel me? And I can't tell y'all, man. For me, the greatest issue, or whatever you want to call it, that The Wire touched on was undoubtedly season 4. Because everything we're doing to make this world a better place and all this good, happy stuff we talk about, it's really for our kids and our grandkids so they can have a better place to live in. It's so we can pass on something better than what we lived in. And I'm here to tell y'all, our kids are dying in huge numbers. This the real Wire. I mean, this business has not, or I have not allowed this business to remove me so far from the hood where I become out of touch with this. You know, these are the stories that I get bombarded with. This is one of the young ladies that Sonia's organization is working with right now in Baltimore. I don't know if y'all know about it, we died in huge numbers in Jersey, you know, and it's by the grace of God that brothers like Donnie was able to live and had to survive on those streets of Baltimore, that I can become a TV star. No, it's real. It's so real that I can't begin to tell you the things that's going on in these streets of our cities. And it may have become the Baltimore story, but I'm here to tell you, The Wire it happens in small, isolated areas in Baltimore. Baltimore's a thriving city. That harbor's a multi-billion-dollar making industry. They pump so much money into Johns Hopkins and all these great areas, but you got people dying right around the corner. I mean, dying like we in some third world country. You know, I mean, right now I'm all about the kids. I'm really about the next generation and what's going to happen between the gang violence and the just the distractions from A to Z, you name it. Video games, gang violence, drugs, sex, clothes, music videos, everything, man. Our kids are just like, they're bombarded with so much right now. And I mean, you know, everybody in this room is pretty much, from my aspect, pretty much set. You got your mind focused and you're on the right path, you know. But this thing is not going to get, this issue that we're dealing with, that The Wire addresses, for real, is not going to change until we get grassroots and get seriously hands-on mentoring, not just, you know, an hour a day or nothing like that. We got to really deal with the problem at hand because, man, like I said, in my hood, we dying in huge numbers from Baltimore to Detroit to Pittsburgh. I mean, you go up and down to Pennsylvania, the coast of Pennsylvania, man, from Harrisburg to Lancashire. What's the other one? These little towns that no one knows about. Huge numbers, huge bodies are dropping in huge numbers, and The Wire pretty much was a voice for people who felt like no one cared. You know, and I still can't believe that I'm here because I still feel like one of them kids that was forgotten about. And so for me to be here, I feel so blessed, man. I feel so blessed. I can't tell you how humbling this is to be here and to share something that's on my mind. You know, something, you know, got me here. I did something right. I don't know what I'm doing yet, but I hope y'all figure out before it's all over. But The Wire definitely, if nothing else, it was a voice for a people that normally go unheard. And I just want to say, I can't tell you how grateful I am in thanking Harvard University and anybody who has something to do with this this discussion happening, because it's so much deeper than the wire. It's about real life. You know, this man right here was blessed, but people lived and died the wire on the streets of our nation so that we can look at a good television show. So I mean, we really can't forget that. You know, this show was built on the blood of sweat of a lot of people that didn't make it to be here. And if we don't really take this thing seriously on another level, it's going to be more wires. We don't need no more wires. We don't need no more wires. We got no more bubbles, no more Omars. We've done that already. Let's start making some success stories. It's not a black or white thing. I've learned that from this job. You know, the wires blessed my career to move around the country a little bit. I say move about the cabin a little bit, and I've been noticing. But I've been noticing that, like the late great and one of my mentors, Tupac Shakur, said there's a ghetto in every city. There's a ghetto in every city, and it's not a white or black thing. It's a class thing. So for everybody that's in the sound of my voice, I thank you for having the heart to, as it was told to me in the casting, for inviting these stories into your lives. I thank you. I come from the old school. Thank God for my mother. She I come from that concept where it takes a village to raise a child. There were certain things that were just not allowed in the household I was raised in. My mom was a thug in my house. We were not allowed. She was a thug. But I think that the village is sick right now. I think the village is real sick, and as we've heard, the village is traumatized and it's hurting, and she's in pain. And I'm no saint by far. I'm nobody's angel, but I think we gotta bring love back to these kids, man. These kids just want love. Little faith don't hurt neither. You know what I mean? Got me through my hard times. These scars on my face are real. And if I didn't have my high power, I don't know where I'd be right now. I don't go. I go in the community when I speak to these kids. I don't preach. I don't try to. I definitely don't talk down, because I'm not one to throw stones in a glass house. I just try to connect, try to turn on some flicker of light, some type of inspiration. I don't know if anybody's read the book, The Road, but you got to get the fire back in the youth. Turn that fire on them and make sure, because I was out to make sure the fire stays on. And one of the best ways I've had is, like, whenever I go speak to him, I just ask God to sit me down and He stand up in my place and just give me a connection.
Sure, people say they look for solutions. The problem is, are we looking for a solution, or are we looking for excuses? So people look at certain situations. I deal with the kids every day. I'm out there with them, and you got to be for real. You got to be upfront, because they watch what you do, but they hear what you say. If the two don't coincide with each other, then you lost them. So the problem is, I'm doing a thing there called Why Murder, and why murder is why are we just sitting back and letting the thugs and everybody else control our lives? So what we have to do is, instead of trying to find the solution, be the solution. And the only way you can be the solution is to get out there and mingle with them kids, because they are really, really in desperate need of mentors, some guidance, somebody to just say, I love you. And that goes a long way, So I feel like, while we continue to blame, so the solutions always turn to the blame game. We blame the police because we have too much murders and drug crime. We blame the governor when things ain't going right. Okay, blame yourself. If a cop comes, you see a murder, and you say nothing, then you the problem. You the problem. It's not the police. It's not the governor or the mayor.